What's going on, people? How are we all doing? Another week has passed. If I'm completely honest, I haven't done a huge amount of work this week. So I've been doing a few more bits and pieces around the house, things like school runs and whatnot with the kids, just because my wife's been so busy at work. It's been relentless for her. I'd say for the last 3-4 weeks, she's literally been working all day till 1, 2, 3 in the morning. It has been non-stop. Still up bright and early for the kids every morning, making sure they're all sorted, still getting to the important things, bedtimes and whatnot, so the kids aren't missing out. So yeah, she's one of them people that just doesn't crack under pressure. She does everything well. She looks good while she's doing it. And yeah, we couldn't ask for anything more. So thank you very much, Keeleigh. We really appreciate you and everything you do for the family. But we are a team, and sometimes one has to step in when the other's busy. So yeah, that's how we manage things. Let me know how you manage things in your situation. I don't think it's spoken about enough. Childcare and full-time working. So both of us are full-time, as you probably gathered, and how people navigate through that. So maybe we'll open up the conversation a little bit. Jump in the comments. Let me know how you do things. Let me know what your family situation's like and how you manage things. Nevertheless, let's jump into these jobs and see what we found. So this next job, the PRV keeps activating, pressure's going high, but it is this kind of filling loop. And when you open it, it's just not clicking back properly. So I'm going to swap that out. It's just 2 grub screws there, 2 grub screws there, and that's it. So there we are, there's a new one there. Just snaps back, which is how it should be. There's the old one. I always find you have to break that out to get it out. And I try and do 1 screw in the top, 1 in the bottom, in the easiest access places. Job done. I also had to recharge the expansion vessel and replace the Schrader there, because that was on 0.2. So that was a nice, easy one. I don't know if you've ever replaced those before, but they're really easy. But they fail a lot. I seem to replace a lot of these. What about you? I haven't done any of the automatic filling loops. Not sure how I feel about them. I guess you could have a leak just going on and on and on and never actually know, because the boiler's constantly topping itself up. But yeah, I find these blue lever ones, although they're nice and easy, especially for the customer, I find that they fail a lot. A lot. More than PRVs, which is funny considering obviously PRVs get muck on them. I know everyone has issues with me using PRVs to drain down, but yeah, I find these fail a lot more than PRVs. But anyways, you will not believe what I come across now. I haven't worked on one of these boilers for about 10 years, and I have had 3 of these in the last 2 to 3 months, all with the exact same problem. How does that work? So this one, I couldn't really film properly because the customer was literally sitting right behind me, and I just didn't want to be rude, in all honesty. But as you can see, it's a diverter valve there, no heating. Hot water works okay, but no heating. It's leaked onto the motor, which has obviously made the motor fail, and then also that just needs replacing. It is an absolute state. Probably could have got away with just replacing the motor, but it's leaking, so we're going to be in the same boat very, very soon. So let's first drain it down, unscrew this to let the air push out the water. You can see it underneath there, but I have got a bucket and I have got my wet vac, which you can't hear. Anyways, long story short, you've seen me do this before. Here's the new one all in. New motors going on. And actually, these are quite quick to replace. Just don't forget to screw underneath these. But anyways, this next job is one I filmed back in the summer, and I just never got round to doing it. And in the job, we'll explain why. There's a couple technical issues. Yeah, roll the tape. Well, this is annoying. My mic wasn't connected. But anyway, here we are looking at the sink. And now this was me explaining what's going on. I think I was talking about something to do with a tap having an issue and the toilet having an issue. But if I'm completely honest, I filmed this so long ago and couldn't be bothered to do a voiceover that I can't remember what I was talking about. But anyway, here's the tap. Obviously got low pressure. not a lot coming out of it. So first things first, let's check the filter kind of thing in there. You know, the strainer, I should say. I think that's the technical term for it. It's a little pair of spanner or grips or flat jaws, whatever. And you can unscrew that. Take that little locking ring off. And there we have the filter. So you probably can't see it from there. Oh, yeah, we saw a little bit of muck come out. But you can definitely see the difference in the pressure there. And the actual flow of the tap, which was 10 times better. And that is what we're aiming for. So we're going to try to take this apart, wash it out, and make sure that makes a difference. So here it is apart. Going to wash that gauze off. Give the other bits all a wash through. And let's hope for the best. Right, let's skip on to the next bit because this is quite a long little bit of cleaning. So it's all back together. Don't forget to put your rubber O-ring in there. Rubber washer, I should say, not O-ring on this. And let's run the tap. Pressure is still not great. What do we do? Let's take the gauze out completely. Let's bomb that off and see if that makes a difference, because I think that's probably just blocked up through the tiny little holes on there. You can even see on my hand there the little bits of lime scale and whatnot that's got caught in there. So we'll get rid of that. Put the strainer back in. And let's see if that's made a difference. Considerable difference. A little bit of a leak there. We'll tighten that up a bit. I don't think the gauze should be stopping that. Maybe the washer was churned up a little bit. But let's have another go. I'm obviously saying something, but 10 times better. So I took the gauze out completely. And yeah, that's made a difference. Now I've lost it. There it is. So obviously just got a load of lime scale stuck inside there. So we shall bomb that off and onto the toilet we go. So it's everyone's favourite, a concealed cistern. And actually, I'd never seen one of these before, but it was a working Wirquin, I guess if it's German, Wirquin siphon and fill valve set. And I actually found that using a Google image search. So basically what was happening with this was the siphon just wouldn't shut off properly, which in my experience ends up being a new siphon. Now, there is no access to this at all. It looks like that top panel comes off, but it really doesn't. So at this point, I was taking the siphon out just to try and identify it. Luckily, it pulled out nice and easily. Obviously, I want like for like because I have got a lot of space. I don't want to be changing cradles or anything. I just want to take one out, pop one back in. So at least they've left a decent amount of space from the push button there. But yeah, still not the greatest. That is what I've done a Google image search on. So, but yeah, what I was saying was, and I'll probably voice note it, but if I can get a replacement for this, it shouldn't be too bad a swap. Just got to try and figure out what it is. Let's try a Google reverse image search. Well, that's impressive. Google reverse image found it straight away. Is a Wirquin, Wirquin. So yeah, try and find a replacement for that. So thanks, Google. So there you have it. That was yeah, I need to go back. I still actually have the parts on the van. I ordered the parts and the lady never contacted me. She contacted me, a few dates wouldn't line up, and I guess she forgot and I forgot parts in the back of the van. I found them when I done the clear out last week, and yeah, I'll probably get in touch with her. Otherwise, that's just dead money sitting there because I have a siphon and a fill valve, the Wirquin ones. I don't know how you say it. If you know how you say it, jump in the comments, let me know. Jump in the comments again about your childcare situations and how you manage that. A few more bits and pieces coming up. I'm stacked for the week. It's got colder again. And yeah, my diary is non-stop at the moment. So again, let me know how your diary is. Are you feeling the busyness again? They keep saying it's going to snow, but who knows? Doesn't look like it from the forecast. But yeah, trying to get through it all. And it's nice to be busy. Let's be honest, I'm self-employed. So yeah, busy is what you want, within reason. Anything else? Any other housekeeping? No, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, shout out to my wife. Thank you very much for everything you do. And yeah, that's it. I shall see you next week. Maybe with an update to these jobs. Or the second one. We'll see if we can get the lady booked in. Yeah, a few more bits and pieces to come. And don't forget to hype.